Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am gonna get real with you guys. I have been struggling immensely. If you haven't kind of noticed that my channel's been a little quiet, there's just been a lot of family stuff happening and just a lot of life. So that being said, I haven't been able to do much, and I've really been thinking about how much spending I've been doing versus creating. I haven't actually spent money since May, I guess. June. So it's not like it's that bad, but I did buy a lot at the beginning of this year and late last year. And I have an overflowing stockpile of stuff now. I will say though, everyone is different. Everyone's idea of a lot of stuff is different. Do what makes you happy. You have what you have. You enjoy your stash, and don't ever compare your stuff to anyone else's. Just be happy with your stuff and where you're at with it. And if you feel like you have too much stuff, that's your own decision to declutter or use up. That works for you. So please never compare your stuff to anyone else's. I will watch people's videos who have a whole dedicated room to their scrapbooking, and it's stockpiled with so many beautiful things, and it gives me a panic attack because that's just, for me personally, way too much stuff. I could never have that much stuff, and I feel like that, even though you might look at my stuff and be like, you don't actually have that much, but to me it's a ton. So I just wanted to start by saying that because we're all different and we all have different budgets for our scrapbooking, life circumstances, yada. So please never feel like one person's is whatever. Don't compare your stuff. Don't worry about it. Just be happy with what you have and what you're working with. And if you're not happy with it, try and come up with a way to make yourself happy with it. Now, I am going to flip you around so you don't have to look at my face. And I'm going to share with you my scrap room and what I have. I pulled out my Christmas stuff into boxes so you can see that, because that's the only thing that's really in my room now. We've switched my bedroom. I used to have some scrapbooking stuff in there, but my partner is now working from home a little bit, and so we had to bring in a desk, which meant we had to kind of move things around, and we took out my scrapbooking stuff so there was space for him, because it's very important that he has his own dedicated space where he can shut out us on he's working Fridays right now, so he can shut us out on Fridays and work without being bothered. That's a very big deal for me. I don't want him to feel like I want him to feel like he has a dedicated space and he doesn't have to worry about it, and my stuff wasn't in his way, and so I rearranged a few things. But my Christmas stuff lives underneath my bed because we have a very high bed. Sean is 6'3". I don't know if you've ever seen photos of him, me scrapping, or if you follow me on Instagram or anything. Yeah, my partner's very tall, especially compared to me. And so our bed is quite tall, which is perfect because I can fit things underneath my bed. And I have those little containers. You'll see them when I flip in a minute. And it holds my Christmas stuff for the most part, minus my paper. But like the embellishments and stuff all fit in there, and that's where I store stuff for December daily and stuff like that. And then I have a TV stand that houses my I'm trying to think of what you call it right now, I'm so sorry, my silhouette and my sewing machine are on there, and then underneath there are just some iris containers, but they're only holding layouts. They're not actually holding scrapbooking supplies, so felt like that was okay. Those are just kind of random tools that aren't gonna affect anything. Okay, enough talking. That was 5 minutes of me just yammering. So first of all, there's been a lot of new subscribers, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I will hopefully get back onto a normal schedule, a little bit more consistent. I'm gonna say this summer is gonna be quiet for me, so just kind of expect that, but I will be back in September. We're combining 30 days of sketches with Scraptember in September, and I'm so excited about that. I've been working on those layouts. Okay, census came by. So we live on a farm. I'll just talk about that for a second and then I'll get back to work. We live on a farm, and we actually share the address with the farm, and so we're two separate families living under the same address, even though we're in different houses. Very confusing. So anyways, did the census, we're good to go. where was I? So yes, thank you for all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you came over from the Build a Page series. I will be skipping it in July. It's just don't see it happening. So I'm going to be skipping it in July, but I'll be back in August. I really, really love that series. Kristen brainchild. She's so brilliant at coming up with ideas. And I definitely will be participating again, but taking July off. It's just too crazy. Okay, I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can see my stuff and kind of my plans. And this is probably gonna be a series because there's no way I can do all of this. My child, my youngest, is actually napping right now, which is why I get a chance to do it. But yeah, so thank you for being here. Thanks for subscribing. If that's something you want to do, I never asked for subscribers, so that's all up to you. You're welcome to just come on over and watch if you so choose to. But I do appreciate everyone that does watch and leaves comments and likes and all of that. I really, really do appreciate it. It's a very sweet thing to do because I know how inconvenient it can actually be to do that. So it means a lot. So thank you so much. And let's get you flipped around so we can have a look at my scrap space and my plans and what I'm planning to do and all that fun stuff. Okay, I want to start by showing you my new shelf. And sorry about the extra TV. We were gifted this gigantic thing right there from my father-in-law because there's a few, I don't know if you can see it, but those three little kind of white light speck things, I guess they're sun glare, sunspots on the TV. And his dad didn't want to have that. And so he gave us a $1,000 TV for free, basically. It's a few years old, but it's huge. And we needed to get a new shelf for it. So we're waiting on that. So it's in here right now, waiting to be transferred into our other room, which is why our normal TV is down there on the floor. Okay, but that was my new shelf. It was my birthday gift, and a very early birthday gift. I got to buy it early. I love it. It stores all my albums. I have room for more, and it just makes me so happy. But there is a couple things in here I wanted to share with you before, and I'll explain my grand plan too. Hopefully I get that all in one thing and that makes sense because I jump around. I have some traveler's notebooks in there, so those are hiding in there, but I have all my 6x6 paper stored in this basket. And no, I don't have a lot, but I do have some. So that's part of my grand plan, is to get through 6x6. Now I'm going to rotate you. Hopefully I don't hurt you. Okay, so what do I have in my craft area? That is my Raskog cart. I have my embellishment center that has been organized, things that I've labeled down in this one. And then down here are cut files from Creative Cuts Club when I was a part of that. Still, obviously, I'm going to use the cut files, so they're sitting there ready to go. And then I have my pre-mixed media background papers from Vicki Boutin, my white cardstock, a couple loose papers, which I'm not sure why they're in here, but they are. And then my photo album page fillers are in there. There are some December dailies in there. I'm not going to open it up, but I do store my December daily in this trunk. It's a really old trunk from my grandma. It's not very pretty, which is why it's covered with yellow. And then I have the two stands for my layouts. And then I have this. This was another new purchase this year, which is just another awesome place to store things that are a little bit longer and don't fit in those little bins. So I have it a little bit organized. I kind of can't really see it, but I've got like words and stuff in that one, the small alphas. This one's just kind of little random bits. I have summer, which is pretty empty because I've been working through summer stuff. Fall, spring, winter is in here, but it's also that random one that I pull out. If you've been watching me, I have got this random embellishment thing. I threw everything in there, and that's kind of where that is. This one has tissue paper and just all that sort of stuff. I can't actually pull it out because it's stuck. And then I have more what do you call those? Traveler's notebooks. 3 of them fill up. So that's something I definitely need to address because that's a little much and a little out there. Okay, so that's what's in there. Okay, and I will say it's dark in here. I do have all the lights off. It's pretty it's actually not that bad outside today, but it's pretty warm, and turning the lights on heats it up. So I'm sorry that it's a bit dark. Maybe I'll turn it on when I go over to the other parts. Okay, I didn't clean anything for you either. Sorry. That is my Christmas stuff. So that one's organized in the same little containers that you saw on my Raskart. That's the other one that's supposed to hold them, but it doesn't. And it just has random December daily stuff in it. And so does this one. It just has a bunch of random December daily stuff in it. But it's good. I need to get through that. I'm going to work through it for Christmas and it'll be good. Over here, I have, this actually goes, I'm making you so dizzy. Oh my goodness, I should not have done that. I'm sorry. That actually goes right in there. I have those little kits. I don't know if you have watched that yet, but I am working through making little page kits with the pattern papers that I pulled for my summer series. That's all just kind of sitting there. Kind of abandoned it. I need to get back and create the kits, at least have them ready to go for when I can feel creative and do that. That needs to go there. And that's just kind of has some random stuff. So I've got the pattern paper I want to use for summer. I've got the Amy Tan collection I was guest designing for. I've got the color study out, and I have Simple Stories Sunkissed out right now. It's what I've been going to a lot, so they're there. My photos are all stored just in that. Really not any logic to them. I flip through them, and whatever speaks to me I grab. It's just kind of how I do it. Now on my desk is a project I'm working on for Scraptember / 30 Days of Sketches. I will turn on some lights for you now so we have a little bit of something. And I have this fun wall. I love this wall. It makes me very happy. Okay, my thickers are in here, and then they're also back there. So the gold ones are in that one, the black ones are in that one, and then it's random for those ones. And I've got a few tissue stuck in there, just some random stuff. My cutting thing and my heat gun go there. The little bit of mists that I have are still there. I'm working through them. That is a big goal, is to use those up because they're old. They're probably expired, but they're there and I try to use them as I can. That's where my important things that I need to get to a lot. So my scissors go there, my pokey tool for my stitching, all of that goes on that one. And then this one just has like wood veneers, a few random little pieces I thought could go for traveler's notebooks, some random hearts. I'm not even sure what's in this one. Summer, no, flowers. There's flowers in that one. That one's summer. That one's frames and butterflies. And then it's just pretty. The rest of it's just pretty stuff. And that right there is what I use to, when I'm doing mixed media and I want to soak something up, I use it. And I know it's weird, but it works for me and I'm just going with it. Okay. That is my little trash thing that I use that I then rotate over to behind me on that blue. I will do it slowly this time so I don't make you dizzy. Hopefully. It goes into that little basket right there. So it's just one of those things that I find it helpful. So now I have to sit down so I can kind of show this to you and hopefully it will work. We will see. Okay, this one is nothing exciting. It's literally just adhesive and stuff like that. This one has some traveler's notebook / project life type stuff in it. There we go. So it's just a lot of project life. I keep trying to do it and I don't succeed in it. But this is what I have. I way trimmed down. I used to have a few page core kits, or the mini core kits. This is all I have, unless it's in a 12 by 12 sheet, like cut apart sheet. That's what I have. Okay. This drawer has my fuse tool, and then all of my stencils are in here. I have sequins in here. I've been able to pare down my sequins to fit into that. And then the ones that I need to design for Squeeze and Bone Scraps go on my little wall. Some paints, some more photos, and some paints. But mostly it's just stencils, mixed media. That type of stuff goes here. And then my photos, when I'm not looking through them, live right there. Okay, there's that one. Here's the ones that are really sad. This one, all the way in, you guys, like all the way down are just collections. All the collections I own are in these two drawers. And I know you're like, well, that's not that bad, but look at how thick this drawer is. It holds a lot. I mean, I think there's 30 each in each one of them. That's a lot. So it's out of the way, it's hidden, but it's a lot. And that is why I can't fit anything. I think I can fit maybe, although I can't because I have things out that need to go in. I can't fit any more in them. Like, they're jam packed. And I'm feeling overwhelmed with that. And so that is where we're going to go with this. So now that you've had a little bit of an overview, I'll flip you back so I can talk at you, and we'll wrap up the plans for this. Okay, so that's my stuff. That's what I have to share with you. I know that wasn't a great room tour. It wasn't meant to be. It was more just an idea of how much stuff I have. And again, don't compare. Don't worry about it. If that overwhelms you and you're like, oh girl, you got a lot of stuff. I feel that. I feel like that too. But if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, like I have a room double the size of that full of stuff and you're crazy, that's okay too. You have to have what makes you happy, the amount that works for you. Some people need to have lots of options. Some people need to have very little options. It doesn't matter. It's whatever makes you happy, what's in your budget, what it works with your family, all of that. I just feel like mine's a little overwhelming. I have too much stuff. In my mind right now, it's too much. It's overpowering. It's debilitating. I'm finding it's very hard to scrap because I don't actually know where to go with what I have. And this is something I haven't actually ever suffered with before. So I have been scrapbooking like I have. And recording videos for, well, I'm trying to think of how old. Jackson's will be 8 in January, and I scrapbooked pregnant with him before. So let's say 8.5 years, pretty much nonstop. Almost every single day I have pretty much scrapbooked. I just have. And I've always been asked, I don't know how you do it. Like, wow. And you know, they're like, I have a young family and I can't do that. Part of it is, I found ways to do it, when my kids were napping, and I allowed scrapbooking to prioritize maybe above cleaning a few times, or, you know, like I might have ignored a few of my responsibilities in order to scrap within limitations, obviously. That's definitely part of it. But part of it is I really wanted to do it. So I made it a priority. We don't go out very often. We're not very people-y people. So we're not out every weekend. I have the ability to do things. And not just that, but because we don't go out, our weekends are our family time, whereas maybe your family time is during the week because you guys are so busy during the weekends. My kids haven't been into things until just now. Like, they're just starting to get into things. And so I've had the freedom to scrapbook all the time, like every single day. And that is how I've been able to get as much done as I have. But I'm hitting that wall and that time, which is fine. It's just a chapter in my life that I knew was coming, and I'm prepared for it, I'm ready for it, and I'm embracing it. When my kids are starting to do things and things are starting to get a little bit busy, and my schedule is just a little bit fuller, and I'm actually working less, which is the funny part. But yeah, so it's harder to scrapbook. There's a little bit of unknown happening right now with a few things, which mentally I'm just not there. Of course, my sister, stuff happening with her. She's staying with me off and on for the rest of this year, which is, I love having her, but it does very much put a kink in my day on what I need to do. It doesn't mess up my kids at all. Their schedule stays the same, but my schedule changes and I have to do different things. And I feel like I need to sit and talk with her every day because I want to. She wouldn't care if it was like, go away, I want to scrapbook. She would not care. But I feel like I need to catch up with her. I hadn't seen her since 2019, since before that. And there's just, you know, some things that have been thrown our way that we're dealing with. And so my mind is there and not into scrapbooking. Doesn't mean I don't look at scrapbooking pages every day. Don't plan them out. I still do all of that. I'm just not physically at my desk. which means I have no reason to buy more stuff right now, which is fine. I'm totally good with that. I have so much stuff. And that is the point of this video. I'm totally just kind of going off in left field, sorry. But my plan is, out of all that stuff you see, I showed you, I want to use like 75% of it up before I do any more major shopping. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And I know that's crazy. I know, like I said, we're all a little bit different. You guys are, some of you are like, you are nuts. But things like, I have been watching the Nifty 50 from Shannon from She's Crafty, and everyone doing page kits and all of that. And I have just loved watching Shannon create page kits, because that is how I used to scrapbook. I never used to scrapbook in a collection. I just grabbed things that worked and created my pages. And now I'm very much a collection scrapbooker. I grab a collection and create a layout based off of that. And I would like to get back a little bit into not necessarily doing that, making them a little more personalized. And I feel like page kits, the way Shannon does them within this Nifty 50 series that she's doing, is gonna really help me. So first plan is to use the collections like I use them. I'm not gonna break down all my collections, but once I feel like I've gotten a layout or 2 or 3 done and I'm happy with what I've used, I am gonna break them down, and I'm going to create page kits, mixing lots of things together with layouts and titles I've had planned, and I just have so much planned and I never get to them. So I might not be creating, but at least I'm getting these page kits put together, ready to go. So when I do feel like creating, or I have an assignment, because I am still a part of a few design teams, I can do them, and it'll be fast and it will be convenient and it will work with my timing and the way life is right now. So that's my plan. Starting with that, I want to work through my 6x6 papers. I want them gone. I love 6x6 papers. They're so cute. They're adorable. They're great when you're trying to back cut files. I use them like this much of the time. I hardly use them, and I either need to find a way to utilize them better or stop buying them. So I know that. We're going to work through that. I'm going to make that happen. My Traveler's Notebooks. I really have to figure out what I'm doing with Traveler's Notebooks, because I went with Beth from Rocker Notebook. I bought them all, and I have a ton, and I barely use them. So I have to figure out a way on what I'm going to do with that, my plans with it. Am I going to buy those Citrus Twists albums and break them down and put them into there and have a collection of that? I mean, I just need to figure out what I'm doing, do it, get them condensed, maybe let a few go, maybe use them as like scraps for notes. I mean, I don't know, but I have to figure that out as well. It's a really big thing. I need to trim down my Christmas stuff. You can only create so much Christmas. I do December daily every year. I'm behind. That's something I need to catch up on, but I do them. But I still have way too much stuff for Christmas. So I need to figure that out and either use it or lose it for sure. I'm okay with my Project Life stuff. I've got a little bit of a collection going. I do need to go through it though. Decide if I still really want to use it or if I need to let it go. Maybe do a few pages where the things are already there. I just have to slip in the photos. That would probably be a really smart idea. I need to use up my mists. My Shimmers mists are old, and that has been a big goal, is to use them up and then decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to buy more? Am I just going to use watercolors? What's my plan for that? I need to figure that out. And there's just a lot. And I've got a little visitor coming. Come here, Nora. You want to say hi? She's getting so big. So yeah, I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with all my albums, because this is fabulous. But if you can see, I can only fit, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more albums, which I know sounds like a lot, but my kids aren't that old yet. Like my littlest is only 2. So I have so many more years still of documenting that I would like to do, I need to do, and I have to come up with a way to do that. I need to find storage for that. I need to get layouts that are not into albums. So money is going to be spent there. and I just need to get through my stuff. So my big plan and my plan is to break down things, get things into page kits, do that with you. This could be a year-long series. I have no idea. But that's my plan, is to use some stuff up. I'm not going on a spending freeze. If there's a collection I really, really want, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to tell myself no. But we are trying to save for a big family vacation. And like at Disney. So, think about how much it costs to go to Disney. That's kind of what we're planning on. Now, remember, we're in Canada. So think about how much it costs to go to Disney for you if you live in the States. And then add probably another $3,000 on top of that with the exchange rate. It's a lot of money. And we don't have that disposable income, of course. I'm hardly working, so Sean is supporting our family, and it's working fabulous. Our schedule with our family and how things are going is so lovely. It's perfect for our family right now. We are comfortable and happy, but that doesn't mean we have all this disposable income. And so we have to save for it, which means my scrappy budget needs to come down so our Disney budget can go up, and that type of thing. Lots and lots going on. It's crazy. I'm enjoying it. I really actually like this stage. My kids are in a really fun stage right now. They're growing and changing and doing really neat things, and they're getting older so we can do things. And I know that, and I know that's the way it's going to be. My scrapbooking is going to come down as life gets busier, and it's okay. I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. I'm accepting of it. I'm not going anywhere, but things are going to be a little different. So I hope you'll stay along and join me in all of it. And I hope that maybe I can help you, because maybe you're in this kind of position as well. I know I tend to be my younger scrapbooker in that sense. Like I turned 34 this month, so I'm pretty young compared to if you did a poll on scrapbookers. I'm one of the younger ones. I have younger kids, whereas some of your kids are, teenagers going into college, older, and so you don't necessarily have this dilemma, but some of you do. And we are trying to bring in younger scrapbookers, and I see you. I know you're there. And so it's exciting, and maybe this can help prepare you for when you get to this stage in life, because we all get there. We all go through these chapters and these moments in life, and just prepare yourself to get there. But no, it doesn't mean you have to stop scrapbooking, because you don't. You can still do it manageably and on the cheap, because that's what I have to do for now. So that is my big, long-winded face-to-face with you, a little bit of an idea of what my area looks like. I will keep you posted. I will definitely be sharing with you my journey and my plans. And hopefully when I reach my goal, I can do another share, and you can see it all condensed into this nice little, maybe it'll all fit into my little workspace. That would be so cool. I don't think that'll ever happen, but I will try. And that's my plans. So if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a fabulous, fabulous summer. Stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.